Market's
Test.
open. Yep, I can hear you. Sheldon, I can hear you.
Excellent.
All right, so I just dropped some levels in mentorship for you guys. Some lower levels, and we're dipping down into those lower levels right now and retracing out. Right, basically all of these. So we've got. You know what I'll do is I'm gonna actually get rid of the ones that we've already gone through, since I shared those, and we'll just stick to fresh levels. So our POC, we're pretty much right at it right now, as you see. All right, anyone got predictions for the day? What do you guys think we're gonna see? Big giant range.
I think we're going to find opportunity.
Wait,
That's
you're gonna
is
do
that
what?
specific? I say I think we're going to find opportunity. Is that
That will be that will be very likely. Yeah, these zones are holding up so far. So if we stay in this area here, we might end up, kind of in a range. If you just look at the what we have so far, I mean, we kind of have like from yesterday. Here, let me extend this out a little. So basically, we've got, price had come down into here. Yesterday, it found support, kind of in this big range area that you see right here. So what I'm thinking is, if these areas hold up, which so far they are, what we might end up seeing is kind of that change in structure right here. I don't know. I could be a little early on that, and it doesn't matter anyways, because we're gonna see it start to play out here in a little bit. But that's what I'm thinking. Is just I'll draw it on TradingView. I think it'd be easier. Yeah. So kind of like what we have is price coming down, and then what I'd like to see is this right here, and then we'll be trading inside of this area here. Only time will tell, but it'll if it does something similar to that, it'll be pretty easy. Should be easy day for us. All right. Well, we had a Titan win right off the rip right here. So market opened. Let's see, we had 1 minute before the open we had a signal, and then right after the open we had a signal come in. So a little bit of a whip right there, but either way, I don't know about you guys. I like to stay away from these trades right at open, just because it's a little less predictable. So let it do its thing and start taking some trades. But we got some action already. Let's see how big this was. 70 points. and it's pushing. That would have been a quick little scalp. Came right off that level.
Yep, I scalped for 350.
Nice. Did you use this level or what?
Yep.
Nice. There's a little imbalance in this area here. Next area up is going to be right up here where it's going next. Delta's pushing up real nice, real strong. And we'll add this on here. I don't know why, you guys, but I'm gonna, what I need to do is I'm gonna have to set my chart up and then save a template, because for some reason some of my tools keep disappearing every day. So that's why my templates keep looking different every day, is because it keeps disappearing and I have to rebuild it. So once I get that figured out, I'll well, I already know what I'm doing. I'm just gonna have to save a template and just reload that when that happens. So leading up to open here, you can see that price was pushing down pretty good, right? Just to give you an idea of what is happening here, is price was pushing down pretty hard. You can see if you look at price from, up here to right here before open, 1 minute before open, price was pushing down. Delta pushed down to about right here in this area, and then it went flat. So you see Delta was flat, price was pushing down. So normally when you see something like that, it's exhaustion or absorption, right? And so considering that it went flat and then right after open, we've seen that aggressive buying come in, I think that might have been some absorption that was happening down here, and then they flipped it right there. So they're selling to buyers down here, and then price pushed up. So that's a little bit of pressure. I was talking about, I've talked about for the last couple of days, seeing that pressure build. I like to wait for that to happen during the session because it's a little more tradable, but that's what I see.
And can you get rid of that pop-up?
Yeah, 1
Thanks.
second. It is raining again in Arizona. Okay, pop up. Let's get rid of you. Let's see. Do you guys get any notification or alert whenever I push start event? Does anyone get a
No, I don't
that?
think so. Morning, y'all. Good morning.
Morning. Okay, I was just wondering.
Oh yeah, I couldn't get that event also off the bottom of my screen there, even though I was showing interest, and it was kind of blocking the full screen. But now it's all good.
Yeah, if it's ever blocking, just let me know and I'll remove it. It's a thing. But you guys don't get like a little alert that says like STS event has started, or something like that, right? Nobody gets that type of stuff.
Don't think so.
All right. all the volume stacked up right up in here at the moment. See here, I'm gonna do 730. All right, coming up into these next little volume areas here. Goes from 703 up to 715-ish. Delta's divergent right now, as you see, making new highs, but not making new highs on Delta. Man, I was thinking about selling right there where that box was. Like this kind of looked like a nice style trade, a quick 1-to-1, like I don't know how well you guys can see this, but oh, you probably can't see that at all. I know I can't see it. Yeah, something like that though, just a quick little 1-to-1. All right, we're hitting our last volume area that I've mapped out here for the day. So we're about to hit a new daily high right now. The price keeps going. Delta's still divergent, which leans towards, at least a temporary short opportunity. Once we get up here, I'd wait until we get at least like a liquidity sweep up at the top. Might be some opportunity to sell. Nice Delta flip. It's a winner on Titan. You guys are a little too silent for me this morning. What's going on? You still asleep?
I just looked over my cockpit in Trade Sinker, and it looks like I think one of my positions maybe got wicked. My TP on. I've only taken one trade today. It was pretty much in and out, but I made like $50 on it. But I look over at my Trade Sinker, and it looks like all my other accounts still had the position open.
Oh.
But now I just flattened them, and they're up like 300 each. So except for my the one leader. So I'll take it, I guess.
All right.
But I gotta I guess I just gotta make sure I'm checking this after every single trade that I close and make sure it's flattened for sure.
Is Trade Sinker, is that a new platform or is that something that's been out?
I'm not 100% sure. I was just hearing like some people in here and like elsewhere talk about it. Looking around, like asking, like on the internet, like where is like what are the benefits and drawbacks of this trade copier? And it seemed like it was gonna be good for me. So I mean, it's not gonna be perfect. Like any one of them is gonna have a little bit of slippage and a chance like one order fills and like one just barely misses. So I think I just gotta keep an eye on it.
Right.
And make sure to flatten when I close my position just to be sure. So
Yeah. Well, once you start using Addis, you might not even have to worry about that because, like I told you, Addis has a built-in copier. So And
Yeah, that is true, and it is Project X compatible as well, right? Or is that not built in yet to Addis?
is it NinjaTrader, Rhythmic, or what kind of an account is it?
It's Project X, the Lucid and the Top Step, and then the Apex ones are Rhythmic.
So who's the actual broker that you're trading through? Is that Project X or something like that?
Project X on two of them, and then on the Apex, it's just the Rhythmic.
Well, if you've got a Rhythmic account, then it'll absolutely work. I don't know about Project X, but let me check. Are you sure that Project X is the actual broker, or is that just like the name of something, like the name of it?
It's the actual broker, yeah.
Or
Yeah. Top Step does not go through Rhythmic or Trade of 8.
is Project X like white label or something like that? I mean, that doesn't sound right. Project X futures broker, because they're most of them.
Yeah, it's separate. It's
Huh?
not gonna work on there.
It's what?
I said it's not gonna work on there. They're separate. They're their own platform.
Mm. So they're all right. Let's see. I found it. All right. So Project X is a robust technology provided for futures. Blah blah blah. Okay, but here, you know what? I forget. We got ChatGPT. Let me just pop that open. Man, who's happy that the internet's working? Huh?
Right after the Cloudflare outage.
Dude. Okay. Let's see here.
I don't get to see your friend, Joe. I am. I don't know why I am. I'm excited.
Let's see.
Someone's hot mic.
I'm gonna hit it. All right. I disconnected it. Okay, let's see here. Here's what I found about this and that. Project X.
Test.
Yeah, I kicked you out because your mic was on.
Yeah, what that? See, the thing is, it shows a slash across my microphone right now, which indicates the microphone's off. This GUI's messed up.
Uh-oh.
This is.
We are pushing. Got the TP2 on this Titan here. Got TP2, $1,300 trade. It was kind of expensive in the first place, but not bad. And then we right at about the TP for this breakout of this zone. And I'm looking into that, by the way, Michael, right now.
I appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because I was taking a look earlier and I couldn't it seemed like it's still pretty limiting on what you can use with Project X functionality. I mean, I'm already deep in these accounts with Lucid and all them, so
it's kind of strange. I'm just wondering like what exactly it is, because all right, for example, Apex, right? Apex uses Trade of 8, Rhythmic, NinjaTrader, things like that. So like a lot of these, that's through Top Step, right? Is that who that goes through?
Project X, yeah, it's going through Top Step, and it goes through like Lucid as well. I know like Alpha Futures has Project X accounts you can purchase.
Yeah, they're about to go exclusive to only Top Step only though. It's basically built from Top Step. They built it themselves. It's basically like It looks like it's like TradingView. They copy TradingView, but they made it their own.
Okay.
So they're separate. Yeah, they used to have Trade-of-8, but then they canceled Trade-of-8. And they just stuck to they're just sticking to this third platform only.
Okay.
So they probably ain't gonna migrate with anything else. I guess a lot of the other prop firms that are using Project X are going to be just getting kicked off of.
Oh wow.
Yeah, in
Too, so it's
February.
just about to be Top Step. Yeah, it's about to just be Top Step only.
All right.
Well, I mean, I'm hoping to rip through Lucid before then, and so I got time until February. But yeah, that is some weird news.
Lucid?
That's just another prop firm, Lucid Trading.
Oh, okay.
Pretty solid. Like from what I've seen from my friend Brandon and his payouts on it, he's finding them to be pretty reputable. They pay out like pretty consistently, pretty reliably. Like they have pretty good support. So seems like it's a pretty solid, reliable firm. But yeah, they do use Project X.
All right. I'm still looking it up. Man, this thing is just moving up, up, up. We're at a little cluster of our volume levels here, by the way, you guys too. So these are the institutional levels that come from CME. And if you take a look at what happened today, we opened down in the center, in the middle of all of them, and these were our volume levels. So we had a bulk of volume levels here. We had one volume level down here, which we already traded to today. So this is pretty good confluence that we've got all of the interest up here, and that's what these levels are based off of, is like implied volatility, open interest, things like that. So there's a lot to go into it, but we just went up there and hit that level. So I'm going to start watching, but what would be sweet is if we start working through these areas here. I don't know, but it's just something I'm starting to look at and watch. But we did, I mean, we went straight through all of these levels, so we're at some spots now. All right, so now let's see here. So I'm reading, Michael. I'm reading some of the words that are coming up when I did some research on Project X. Was all right. Top Step X. They have a broker in Project X. Ninja Trader. You said they used to have Tradeovate and things like that. One thing I keep seeing that pops up is something called Plus 500. Does that sound familiar?
No, it does not ring a bell. Not that I've seen.
Okay, well, I find that.
I think that's new.
That's what?
That's new. They're about to have their own broker, so people can actually use them as a broker. With personal accounts and stuff too. So that's new though. That's going to be new.
I see.
Well, they have plus 500 in here, so I do see that in here. I don't know if that's who they're going to be using or not, but that's about as close as I can see. Look, if hopefully, can you guys see this list of brokers right here? Is it showing up on the screen?
Yeah, it's a little bit small, but I see it.
Yeah, you have to zoom in a little, but we've got, AMP, CQG, which sometimes you can route your trades through CQG. I've seen some articles online where, like, if you're, say, for example, a lot of people, they'd really like to trade on Sierra charts, but Sierra charts doesn't integrate directly with Tradeovate, but Tradeovate integrates with CQG. So you can actually reach out to Tradeovate and ask them to enable some kind of a CQG connection. And I think they charge you a monthly fee to do it, but they'll connect your Tradeovate to CQG, and through API, you can actually trade through CQG, and it all works the same. So there's but yeah, this is the list, and they've got prop connections here, like the trading pit. That's about all I see though here. So if it's not, this is that one that I see plus 500. I see that all over verbiage when I'm looking at Top Step. So I don't know. I don't know.
Seems like there's a lot of changes coming in flux for sure for the platform. I mean, yeah, they just announced like people calling the rug pull with like Project X not going to be allowed on Lucid and stuff like that anymore. But I don't know how much that's like Top Step's decision, and
right.
I think it's more of Project X, but
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, a little update, you guys. We are 1, 2, 3. We're 3 trades in so far. This is what I love about it. See, some of y'all will remember this, but when I first built all of this, we had the extremes indicator, and I'm sure that extremes indicator is probably getting ready to start popping off some signals right now. But we would be sitting here watching and waiting for price to come up like this, and then we'd be waiting for our reversal signal to sell. And if y'all remember right, it was Salen at the time. I don't know where he's at now, but he would always say, he was like, man, it would be nice if we had something that we could trade, because the extremes is a reversal indicator. And he was like, it would be nice if we had something that we could, trade that would get us into trades in the direction of the trend. And that's where Titan came from. That was the whole idea to build this. And we've got 3 Titans, 3 wins, all at TP2. So if you took them on, I mean, the risk is bigger on these, but that's a $1,300 trade, $1,400 trade, and $1,400 trade. That's some big wins right there. You might have to go over to MNQ, right? If you went to MNQ, same deal, but you'd be, I've got my risk set to 500. So that's an $800 trade, $800 trade, $800 trade, all 3 of them. Nice breakouts. Look, break out of the zone, break out of the zone. So wins all the way up on trading zones, wins all the way up on whatever this is called, the Titan as well. Looking pretty good. Delta's strong. Let me move this back over. Look at this. This thing is flying, and Delta's perfectly aligned. So it should be very easy for us to spot something when it starts to happen. So here we are right up at this high. Let me look at this and see where the volume's at. Basically here. And
something interesting on TradingView. I don't know if it's just today. I went to drag my stop loss to trail, and then a little button comes up when you let go. It says confirm or discard. And if you don't do anything, it reverts back to where it originally was.
Wait, say that one more time.
On TradingView, if you want to adjust your take profit or your stop loss when you drag it, when you move it and let go of the mouse, there's a little button, right? 2 buttons, discard or confirm, right on where you dragged it.
Yeah. Do you like that or you don't like it?
I don't like it.
Okay, you can get rid of that. I know exactly what you're talking about. It was under.
Maybe I changed the setting because I didn't used to have that.
I think that there was an update. Mine randomly did it one day as well. How did I get rid of that? It was like a confirmation, basically, right? Confirmation.
Yeah, it's a confirmation thing. Maybe under settings, under trading.
It's normally it's if you go into settings and trading, and then one-click trading right here, it should, as long as this is checked, one-click trading, you shouldn't get that. But I know.
Okay, I'll try it now. I just changed that.
Was your one-click trading enabled or disabled?
It was disabled.
Oh, okay. Yeah, somehow something changed. All right, we're up at our next volume level, man. This is these things are working. Will we just keep going all the way to 25,000 or what?
I should have held two TV blast with the quantum on the 1 minute. Man, if you got in like just past that 24,700 level,
Yeah.
you could have just held it the whole way. I mean, there is a bit of fluctuation, right? But if you just stayed with that.
Yeah, I sold 2 contracts, held one of them, just kept letting out that one micro run, and that was pretty good.
Nice.
Cool.
Yeah, you with this type of movement, you could even make money on micros for sure this morning.
Oh yeah.
Nope, haven't took any trades today. I came late, so I missed those Titans.
Yeah, I'm right there with you so far. Yeah, so man, I'm glad I got these Titans on here for you guys to take, because you know how I am. I almost always wait for the first like 30 minutes or so before I take a trade, and some days I'm so happy I did it, but then some days I'm like, wow. Like if I would have taken any of those trades, man, I'd been set up.
So yeah, yesterday, man, I was sitting here trading and the cops called me.
Oh.
Yeah, somebody assaulted my daughter at the school.
Oh my goodness. They're trying, man, they're trying everything they can at that school to mess with her, huh?
It was the same girl. She was supposed to be in school suspension, so she skipped suspension and went and looked for my daughter.
Wow.
And she hasn't talked to my daughter in like over 2 weeks now because she was in suspension. So we don't know what the hell, but she just walked up on my daughter and was like, "Take your glasses off." And she was like, "What?" She grabbed her by the hair and started hitting her.
Oh my goodness.
All on camera.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I feel like that girl should be expelled or something. She's
for sure.
She's on probation. She's on house arrest with an ankle monitor. She's in ISS, and she's still doing stuff.
Yeah.
Where are the parents with the kid? I mean, come on.
Oh God, bro. So it's even crazier. Is he's like one of my best friends. It's his daughter.
Oh wow. Oh, that's terrible.
Yes, I know her history, so I'm like, this time I'm about to press charges, bro. So
I'd be.
I'm sorry. Me and him would be in the front yard. I'm sorry.
That would be a different.
Well, I mean, I can't be mad at him because I know his daughter's history. She's a bipolar. She has a therapist. All that stuff's going on with her. She runs away all the time. And it's crazy because they were friends when they were like 3, 4, 5, 6 years old. She's just bad.
She needs to be expelled if she's got those type of issues. She doesn't.
Like I'm saying, I hope this time. I hope she really gets in trouble. Mm-hmm. Maybe she gets a lesson out of this because, like, to me, she's like, "Oh, I'm not gonna get in trouble. I'm a minor."
Right.
What are they gonna do to me?
Juvie.
Yeah, I'm like, something has to happen this time. I just hate going to court. But I was like, man.
You ever try to sit down and talk with both of them? Sit down and talk with both of them?
We did that already. We did that 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
The first time she ran up on my daughter, I had to go up there and this all. Then I found out about the fight. Remember, I was telling you they tried to suspend my daughter.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I mean, I was like, she's defending herself against these people. She's not the bully in the situation. That's how I got her off this the first time.
Daughter would be going to MMA classes now. She's gonna be ready for the next one.
I was waiting for.
She's going to some BJJ. She's going to some BJJ. She's gonna learn some Muay Thai. She's gonna be ready. Obviously, the girl has got mental and emotional issues where she may not be able to control fully. So hey, you need to be able to defend yourself against this type of stuff.
Emotional damage.
Emotional damage. I'm saying, bro. I'm like, I don't understand how she would still be in school after something like this.
Yeah, no. Second time, and where I live,
true. Way past second. I said she's on probation and house arrest for fighting the cop when she ran away and the cops tried to grab her. She got into it with the cops, but again, she
would be in either alternative school, if not the juvenile jail where I live. She would definitely be in the alternative school by now.
I went ahead
for sure.
I went ahead and snagged this trade right here. I got the TP1 on it. I took it because Delta broke the high as well. Real clear. Like, let me show you. Y'all know I'd normally not take a trade all the way up at the high like that, but Delta also pushed through, making a new high in that candle. So I went ahead and just snagged the 1-to-1 off of it. So I'm one trade in, waiting on another.
Looks like Delta's trying to turn around.
Yeah. See,
trying, but it's struggling.
I'm gonna try. Let's go ahead and move this. And volume is just following. It's all the volume is moving up as price is. This is like a perfect example of like obviously it's a trending market, but I mean look at you can see very, very clear distribution throughout here where the volume is just boom and then it collects there. This is only measuring this move up right here. So this is like literally a perfect trend. Perfect order flow, perfect trend. Let's just see what it does after this. Yeah, I don't know that 10 o'clock just doesn't seem to be doing its thing like it used to. I'm not noticing anything crazy happening at 10 at all for like a week. So you know what
So it's been ripping and running at 10 for this week anyway.
It just, normally it is like something very obvious will happen right at 10, but I haven't seen that. But let me change this. I'm going to go look at some of the recent patterns that we've had here. We're reaching one of our last little zones. And this is this yesterday's? Yeah, this was yesterday's high. So we're about to hit yesterday's high as well. But look, all right, so we've got, let me change to exchange. So we have 11 o'clock. Let me see. See what time 11 o'clock is. So 11 exchange time is.
And on the time change, then 10 o'clock is now 9 o'clock, right?
10 o'clock is now.
Because we fell back an hour. So I mean, if you're just looking at straight correlation to the when it used to be.
But that's weird.
So that would make it 11.
That's really early, though.
It would make that before open too.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. So that doesn't line up with my framework here. But let me see. So it says 11 o'clock. That's why I've got this. I mean, this would. So 61% of the last 227 11 o'clock candles on a 15-minute were bullish. So let's just look at this. So 11 o'clock exchange time, that ends up being all right, so there's 11 o'clock. Now let me change it to Phoenix. It's 10 o'clock. So 10 o'clock my time, that's 12 o'clock. It's 12 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. So I'm going to start watching 12 and see. I'll start seeing what happens. So at 12 o'clock, that would be.
There's that reversal.
10. Yeah, I see that, and it's pushing pretty good. Hey, Sheldon. Okay, he's got it. You guys, if you hear somebody that's really loud and I'm not saying anything or doing anything about it, let me know, because apparently I've got some people muted on here. Like maybe in the past I muted them and I didn't know. And so I was reviewing one of the recordings yesterday, and I couldn't hear somebody, but somebody was making a lot of noise. Like somebody was, it was like, it was just like the mic was just hot. Nobody said anything, but I couldn't, I swear I could not hear it. Otherwise I would have done something about it, but I could not hear it. And, yeah, so if something like that's happening, just let me know and I'll go in and, take care of it. Why is that so blue?
I think that was the fake out. May keep going up.
Maybe. Something seems so weird with my scale.
What's that? Our first 5 minute Titan.
This is a balloon. It's there.
Sheldon, your mic is going again. I don't know what's going on.
Test, test. You can hear me right now, right?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Wow.
It's just
Now the
it's just like clicking noises. I don't know. It's not like I don't hear you talking. I just hear it sounds like almost sounds like I'm in your pocket or something and you're running on a jog or something.
test, test.
I hear you. Pretty interesting area. So what do we I think we are breaking the high right now of yesterday. So let's go take a close look at it. We even won this Titan all the way up here. What is it? Oh, this is on a 5-minute. I see. Okay. Makes sense. Look at all these wins, though. Boom, boom, boom. Every single one of these breakouts of these green boxes were wins right there. Officially above yesterday's high. That is right at 25,010. This looks crazy.
Wonder if we'll blow past 25,000 or reverse set it. It's definitely a key number for a lot of traders and their psychology.
Oh yeah. Let's take a look. I'll see if I can see any liquidity up there. If I can get it open fast enough. On chart. I'm gonna go ahead and I've decided I'm gonna go ahead and keep my book map, but I've got two reasons for wanting to do it. Is I'm going to what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna subscribe to DX Feed, because DX Feed, I've used them before and they have a like unlimited book, and I really want to see that on my chart. So, and I'm excited for that. So, like, here, as you can see, we're basically updating about 10 points above, 10 points below. That's just how deep the book is with NinjaTrader or Rhythmic or Tradeovate. It's just not very deep. DX Feed shows every single thing. So, like, see how I could see the liquidity that's stacked here and staying here? I'd be able to see levels all the way up here. So, like, if there's levels at 25,000, I'd be able to see them right now. And with that being said, I really also like to see them right here. Oh, it's not showing it, but I like to see them. You see, it's gone. It's like, I want to be able to see all of that, and I can't. So we had a nice turnaround off of there. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna get that, and I'll start putting book map back up here. So with that being said, the reason why I decided to do it is because I'm going to use it on Bookmap, which is going to be great, but also I'm going to be able to use it with I can use DX Feed as a quote provider on this platform, but I can take my trades through NinjaTrader. So I can, all the data still comes from CME, but at least I'll be able to use the quote data so I can see all of the level 2 pricing and order book here on the chart, but I can actually take my trades on my broker. So
I
got a
see.
plan. Yeah. Wow, I just looked away for a second and this thing's pushing. And that's a nice turnaround. This might just keep going up. You know that?
Could be the early Santa rally.
Yeah, this might just keep going up. $43, $71. It'd be crazy if it flips 3 times. I'm watching Delta. It went from negative Delta to bullish Delta to see if this low holds here or not. It'd be cool if it took off flying. It's pushing down below. I thought buyers were stepping in that bullish candle, but now we've got sellers stepping in. All right, we've definitely slowed down. Slowed down a little bit. Might start finding some balance here.
Might pick up a little range right here.
It'd be nice. Why is this data so hard to buy? I'm trying to buy the data that I said about DX feed. I want to show you guys right here on the spot. And I cannot find it.
Just take my money.
I know. Seriously. Okay, I think I might have found it. CME. Blah, blah, blah. I do wish they had a bundle where I could get like CME plus COMEX for gold.
Can I ask a question regarding your incredible win from yesterday?
You can.
Okay, so since that number that you made yesterday is not normal, do you have to wait like 8 days or whatever? Like there's a window before, like if you wanted to get the next payout, you'd have to wait, right? Until it bubbles out again?
So it depends on profit you have on your account. So for me, that's not, because I've got a buffer on my account, so that is not 30% of my total profit that I have. But like, if let's say if I had just pulled out all of my profit and I was just at 300,000 or 300 and let's say $301,000, and so I just pulled out everything and then I went and made $3,000, then yeah, I would be over the 30% rule, consistency rule. And all it means though, and see, a lot of people ask me about that, but I don't worry about that, because if I make more than 30% of my, if I'm over the 30% on the profit consistency side, I don't worry about that at all. I just continue to trade until that specific day is not 30% of my profits. But it doesn't happen that often because I'm like rolling a buffer. I've never withdrawn all of my profits and went back down to like starting point. So I'd have to have a pretty big day in order for it to account for 30% of my total profits. So
I hadn't thought about that. That's a really good way of, if you've got that buffer, like you've talked about us building up on the 50K to 60K, then you'll never, I mean, if you do have a big day, awesome, but it's not going to probably impact your ability to withdraw. If you do want to withdraw every 8 days, probably not going to have an impact on that because you've got all that profit sitting there already. That's a great point.
Yep. And so, oh my God, look, I have to contact them. Apparently I have to contact them. Okay. So yeah, it's, I don't run into it. And you know what? It's kind of like normally a surprise whenever it happens. You're like, there's been twice where I went to go pull out a payment, a payout, and I got the little message that said that I was over, that it said I had a windfall, but it was I was barely over. It was one time and I was just barely over there. So yeah, we are definitely starting to consolidate here. This is where you want to watch Delta, and Delta is going to kind of let you know what's happening. So like what I can see in Delta is that right now, what I can see is that it's kind of sloped downward. Right, it looks very similar to price right now. So I don't see any anomalies, right? I don't see anything that it screams like, oh yeah, something's, there's a trap happening or anything like that. Like I don't see Delta pushing up really hard while price is staying flat, and I don't see price, going down while Delta is flat. So right now things are kind of in line. Sooner or later, what we'll see some. I'm pretty sure in this area we're going to end up seeing something happen, like Delta starts to increase hard, but price fails to expand, right? So we've got buyers coming in, but we've got sell limits up above holding it down. Something similar to that, and then we can look for a trade off of that. We have a little range, but it's a little too tight to say for certain yet, right? We can kind of see like a range right here, but this is 50 points.
It's really tight.
Yeah, a little too tight. So I'll hold off on that.
It's a little too quiet. Oh man, you haven't done today?
Order filled. Who is that? Who is that?
That's sad. He's the only one I know of that has that.
What?
That sound effect.
Oh, no,
we all have it.
We all have access to it.
Oh, okay. I did not see that. Okay.
Yeah, I put it in the soundboard, so we can
okay, cool.
We can all mess around. Delta supports this move so far, but that could change. I didn't. Like this. I'm not interested in doing anything with this right now because I haven't seen like any obvious fake outs or anything like that. This would almost be too easy to just sell. You know, we got to get a quick little push up above, right? Kind of like yesterday, where get a little action where we go like fake break and then bam, slams it back down, something like that. That's what I'm gonna look for.
That's that example too. You be talking about when you get the multiple, Titans in the same area like that, because it lets you know, it's consolidating.
Oh yeah, yeah, it lets you know right away, and that it's consolidating.
It's not going nowhere.
Yeah, if you've got so many labels on your chart that you can't trade, then you probably shouldn't trade. Raw API.
So is anybody doing the bell flow?
Only only people in mentorship know about that.
I guess that's what I'm talking to. I'm just wondering.
Yeah, I don't know.
I did my day one yesterday. I didn't get a chance to do it day two yet, but it was pretty cool thinking about the three things that made me feel safe.
Yep.
My quiet moments with God, structure and routine, and being around the people who see me for me. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
So I felt good about that yesterday. I did that last night, and I was like just laying in bed, just feeling good about thinking about it, I guess.
Yeah, that's great. That's good I had a really good moment like that yesterday too, like where I didn't do specifically that training, but I had some good reflection time yesterday. Yeah, just stay on it, man. I'm telling you, you start building new habits that way. The longer you do it.
We're not doing anything. I wonder what I can do for day two.
What'd you say?
I was like, we're not doing nothing right now. We're just watching. I wonder maybe I should get into this day two while I'm just sitting here. Because I said I didn't get a chance this morning. I woke up right at 6:55.
Yeah, so you guys, what he's talking about is a nervous system retrainment type of thing where it's a 7-day nervous system upgrade. We talk about it a lot where a lot of people they bring problems to the chart, right? And they bring problems to the chart. They think that the charts make them impulsive, or you start trading, you learn a lot about yourself, right? That's what everyone says. You're going to learn a lot about yourself. You're going to learn if you're emotional, FOMO type of person, impulsive, this or that. Those traits are yours. They don't have anything to do with trading. A lot of people, they want to overcome, they want to become more disciplined, right? Or they want to become less impulsive. They want to do these things, and they think that the more that they practice trading, the more disciplined they're going to get, and the more, the less impulsive they're going to get. But those are you problems, not trading problems. Trading is only reflecting those problems back to you. So what we do is we solve those issues off the chart, so that when we come to the charts, we have new perspective. So that's what he's talking about, is a little nervous system retraining PDF that I created and shared.
I agree on that, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's really true. Like, you have to be in that abundance frequency, you know? Like,
Oh yeah.
yeah. Your nerves, everything have to be calm.
Oh yeah. Yeah, and those are things that are better learned off the charts. And a lot of people, if I just keep trying, I'm going to write down my rules and I'm going to follow them. You do not have to become more disciplined by staring at a chart. You can practice discipline much easier and more effectively in life in general, and then bring that to the charts.
Yeah. Like the yin and the yang, like separating.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, it's good exercising. Actually, I do that just about every day. Meditation, grounding. Like, for example, that trade, everything lined up, but I didn't take the trade. You know, that's me.
Mm-hmm.
That was me.
Right.
But I know for next time. So
Yeah. What are we doing here? We're everything lined up still. We got deltas curved over. Price and volume is perfectly lined up right now. So that's boring. We got to wait until things are not lined up.
I hate how everything lines up. It just feels like you're like a deer in like headlights, you know? Like
There's a 5-minute extreme just about to, it's setting up.
For a sale?
Yep.
We definitely at some extreme levels. Let me see something here. I wonder if I still have that.
hey Ken, have you looked into like macros? You heard of that?
Macros like what?
Like time.
Oh,
So I've noticed that, like, for example, from 850 to, let me see.
POC just shifted, by the way, you guys. So we got all the daily volume is at the top here. From the time market opened yesterday, we now officially in the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, like in the last 15 or 20 minutes, we've built more volume at the high of the day than we had at any part of the day all day. So this is that time where it's like, all right, if it's gonna go up, it should go up. If it's not gonna go up, then it should go down at this point. So just think of the context with that is we've got all the volume up here, and price is not going up. So price goes up, it goes down. So if it's not going up, I'd start looking for reason start going down. That's normally when you'll end up seeing something happen, right? So right now I can kind of see that we've got like a little bit of a range in this area. I want to see it get really clearly defined, right? So we can clearly see where the levels are. We've got our high here, but normally that's when we'd see a quick liquidity grab or a couple of them, and then we can trade the other side. So I'm gonna start. I can slowly feel my bias starting to lean towards being bearish, as long as we don't break out and make like continued higher highs. Like I get a fake out or like a liquidity sweep, something like that. I get that, but I'm starting to lean a little bit more towards being bearish.
That 5-minute extreme one on a 0.4, probably on a 0.5 too.
Oh, nice. All right, I'm gonna clear everything here, and I'm gonna mark up all the volume areas. That I see. God, I can't get it. I gotta zoom in.
There's a 1-minute Titan 2 we're in.
What are we doing? Are we selling it?
Yeah.
Oh, I see it. Yeah. We're right in this volume area too.
Just patiently waiting.
Yep. That's what we do.
Technically, even though it didn't close outside of the range, it just went through. That wouldn't count as like it going on past that range of the lows, right?
Let me come back. I'll take a look at it. Let me just look at this one last little area here.
Yeah, you're good.
I'm just like literally analyzing every single one of these candles to see if I see any major imbalances in here we could use.
There's imbalances on the 1 minute towards the bottom, which I think that may be where it's going in the next couple, but I'm not a financial advisor.
Let's see.
It's got a thick candle, so let's see.
There. Oh, actually. Okay. Oh, we're already below this one. Okay. All right. Yeah, I think if we keep pushing down, next area we'll go to is probably around 835. Break this zone. And then end up in here. There's volume inside of this little area right there. I was thinking we had to for sure have a nice push up above first, but who knows? You know, maybe during this time they build a nice enough position to not have to do anything else. All right, I'm gonna try this. So
The 5-minute Titan win.
yeah, I see that. Look at it. I'm gonna put this like this. You guys can copy some of these while we're doing this. There we go. Now we just need to hit about 835. That's right where all the volume's at.
Sweet. Good day.
Are you selling?
I sold once it kind of confirmed that range with that. What is it? The second candle. Yeah, I'm done for the day. I hit my profit target.
Nice job.
Good job.
I got a trade as well out of that move down right here.
So
which signal did you take, Ken, or like what made you enter the trade and when?
So let me go back and look at what time that was. That was 8:45. So we had what had happened right here was this Titan came, but I didn't actually see the Titan whenever it set up. So I seen when this candle was pushing up right here, we had strong buyers, and then boom, it switched to sellers, broke down below this level. So I literally sold right, and this candle had opened, pulled back, and then started moving back down, and I sold right here. and I put my stop right up above the high, and so and then I
what an entry.
I targeted. Hold on, let me pull it up. You could see it here. I'll just take a screenshot of it. It was mainly the Titan signal and then Delta, everything lined up on it, and you can see right here. Hold on. Oh, I know it's kind of small. I don't know how well you can see that, but there was that there was the pullback right here and right here, and then there was this bigger candle right there. Then this one had opened, pulled back to 50% of this candle, and then continued to go down. We were strong red delta, everything was pushing down. And I had if you I didn't still have this up, but it was this right here. I had just drawn up this level here for volume, and so we had just broke below it, closed, retested it, and then I entered literally right here. I like at the open of that candle and traded it right down to this level. Delta, everything's lined up. That is $1,000 trade.
Nice.
Yeah.
I entered on that on the candle right after you entered.
Oh, nice.
And I targeted a 2-to-1 and it hit, so I'm happy today.
Yeah, I got a little piece of it. I mean, I don't see any. I really don't see any other opportunity besides these Titans. I mean, the Titans are here, but some of these are exceeding risk. So, so yeah, that's that. And I'm actually a little distracted right now. I'm trying to get this data stuff hooked up here. I really want to see. I was mixed between buying data. I was trying to find like a multi-stream type of thing where I could get data for from DXFeed for Bookmap and for Addis. But then I started to think, since I couldn't find it, I started to think I might be able to with I'm going to buy it for Addis right now, and that might clear up that liquidity chart because I'll have a full market depth instead of just, you know, like the top 10 or whatever. So
now, Ken, you said you're trading on Addis.
I am, yeah. I'm not every
How
single
much?
not every single time. I don't take every single trade on Addis, but I if I can, if I got the chance to, I take it on Addis.
How much slippage are you experiencing with between your 20 accounts compared to your other 19 compared to your first master one?
So, I'm glad you asked that because I just learned something yesterday. I had to go back in and reset all of my following accounts, and so I realized that there was something I was doing wrong. There's a setting inside of Addis by default where you're either copying positions or copying orders, and I had it by default. It's on positions, which means it just how it copies differently. When you do copy positions, what happens is it's going to. Oh man, I was thinking about selling. I was thinking about selling down in the next zone, and I didn't do it. But look at that. There's a Titan right here that's working as we speak. This is a good target right here. This 68 area. But I was on position. So when you copy positions, what happens is it will execute your order regardless. Its main goal is to try to get you into the same position. And so, you know, I could have a limit order, but if something happens and it doesn't get synced up or whatever, it'll do whatever it has to do to try to fill and get that same position, even if it has to change a limit order to a market order. I didn't know that. So I was noticing like sometimes up to anywhere from like $10 to like $50. If I had a big day, it could sometimes be $50 difference in my profit amounts across
that's
all
nothing.
of my. Right. It's not bad. It's not
yeah,
bad.
that's nothing.
But let me tell you, now I've switched it to orders, and so now it copies perfectly every single order exactly the way it is. So that means that if I place so if I put a buy stop, it's going to be a buy stop. If I put a limit, it's going to put a limit. It copies orders instead of positions. They've got a lot of really cool features built in.
I mean, need to look into that because I'm using Pick My Trade and TradingView, and it's horrible.
Is it really that bad?
Yeah, over the 3 days this week, I passed evaluation on the main account, and the other couple I had on there as well were like $1,500 difference.
Oh wow, yeah.
Yeah, it's huge. Yeah. I'm like, yeah, I can't keep doing this. I could have passed all of them.
Yeah.
That's the way that one indicator, that copier that I've mentioned before works, Ken, where it's got they call it executions and orders, and the understanding that I have is executions is it doesn't throw. So if you've got 20 accounts like you got it doesn't throw the stop and the profit target onto the, like, it just gets you in at market,
right?
And then as soon as it hits your stop, whatever your stop loss, then it executes it as a market order.
Yeah.
And if you lose connection or something, you're kind of screwed. And so versus an order throws all that stuff across all of your accounts, and it automatically puts them in there. So they kind of act independently at that stage of the game. And there's very little. And I've gone back and forth between the two. And like the executions, everything was kind of like different, and for the most part the orders thing is almost exact. So if somebody's looking for something that where they whatever, Addis, I will probably move over to that at some point, but if you want something that's doing like a monthly on it, Affordable Indicators has one that does that, exactly what Ken's talking about. So, and then there's other options too. There's companies like Pick My Trade stuff that do it cloud based, I believe. So
yeah, that's I couldn't figure out what was going on, but then I finally I went in there and messed around with it. I saw that, so I don't know. Yeah, I just set it up yesterday, so I'm going to see what the difference is, if there's a lot of difference or not. But I'll let you guys know.
Just to
I'll take
FYI,
$50 difference.
I just got an email starting November 21st. TradingView Black Friday 80% off plus one free month.
That time of year, man.
Yeah.
Yes. Need that.
Every year I load up on that. And like I said, even if you don't want like the top premium, buy that at 80% off because you're getting such value. And then all you have to do is you downgrade your account and they prorate it. So if you had 13 months, because you get a year plus the month, and you downgrade it, you might get like 18 months at the lower level.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a little trick there. Just buy the max and then downgrade.
Later on. My debit card's missing.
But here's our new 10 o'clock possibly. Remember we were talking about that?
Did I say? Well, let me see. I said I was going to check it.
Yeah, it's happening right now.
Oh,
this would be the
11. Yeah.
So
that's what
yeah, let's see what it does.
So at 11, nothing happened. Let's see what happens at 11:01.
Could be a reversal from that knife fall, or it could be a continuation.
I gotta make a call. I gotta make a call real quick.
15 minutes, it dropped 150 points.
Sick. Good day for the markets today. That's for sure.
Yeah, ideally, if when it broke that 24,900 level, there was on the 1 minute candle, there was it kind of bounced around, and then there was one big kind of breakthrough, and the TV blasts and the quantum were all red, and say it was a CVD. You could have just held that thing and just made bank on that. I mean, I got a couple sells, but I trailed too tight, and it stopped me out in profit. But
I mean, like, I feel like if you're at a comfortable point, obviously it's not a bad idea to trail, even if it's tight. You know, it's always nice to gain,
you
but
can never go
obviously
wrong.
the potential would have been great. Yeah, same here for me. Well, I didn't trail, but I definitely could have let it run. But you know, I'm happy with where my first target profit was.
Of course.
But I could have had like quadruple the amount, though. I get what you say.
I might start practicing that, but with like one micro, just to test that out.
Yeah, smaller ones.
And then once I'm in, like, say, $50 profit, just move it to break even, and then just let it ride, and until like the TV blast and quantum change colors, right?
Yeah, it's like, if anything, you can do that, but instead of with one, possibly have it at like 2, and then if you think it's going to go like all the way down, like for this one, you can set like 2 TPs. You can set a single one here, and then your second one, so it'll fully close. That's something I would like to start doing, but obviously with smaller contract sizes, not NQ. Well, not yet. But yeah, still.
If you caught that whole wave on a one full contract, I don't know, like what it would have been, like $1,500.
More than that.
What?
Yeah.
I caught for like
$20 a point. 100 points is 2,000. It was
2,000.
It was like 400 points, I think.
Yeah.
It'd have been
Well, 24. If you got 24.9 down to 24,750, that's 100.
Oh yeah, this one there. 150. Yeah, so that's 3,000
on one.
Yeah.
Wow.
Imagine if you caught this morning's move from 600 to 950. That's 350 points. That's what 7,000, I think. Yeah, 7,000.
Couple thou.
I mean, if you had a big buffer, like a big buffer on your account, you could, once you're in break even a couple hundred, you could afford to let it ride.
That's true. That's very, very true.
But you never know. What if it spikes down? One of these crazy spikes, and it drops, like, you're in a buy, and then it drops like 70 points in 1 minute, or 5 seconds or something.
Yep.
You can never go broke taking profits, so.
Yep, roger
that. Cable finally. Yeah.
Still see my screen? I opened something up and it did some stuff.
Yes, I still see
your TikTok live streaming.
Yeah, I don't know.
No way.
It won't go away.
Gotta get the followers somehow, right?
It went away now. Now it's opening all the way. Yeah, I'm trying to see how this works. All right, so we're holding at this level pretty good, 765. Maybe build a little range right here. You can see Delta's starting to pick up, so we're definitely having some buyers come in.
I know you have your other, I guess, volume area. Oh, I guess this negates what I was about to say because it just closes through.
Oh, yeah.
I was gonna say, if you see like a bunch of consolidation in that area, could you like pick like, okay, this could be the potential volume area where it goes up, as long as what's not happening right now happens, where it just blasts through it with 2 candles.
Yeah, so I just these were all little volume areas that I had found good volume at. So I like to use volume as targets because it's really likely that price is going to go there. So that's how I like to use volume, is as a target, right? Just like this. There's a really good chance it's going to go right here. And so this is like, a lot of people say fair value gaps, and like this is my version of a fair value gap, I guess you'd say, because I'm actually looking for areas where there's volume, untested volume pockets essentially. And so, here. So, that's what I like to look for. Now, if I see price go here and start consolidating, that's perfectly fine. That's perfectly fine if things start consolidating a little bit and it's, and it's I wish this would stop doing that. And then that's fine. Once it starts to consolidate, that's when I start looking for something really clean, really clear. Like this right here, this looks like a good flush to me, but it might be a little too big. So like I'd be happy buying right when this candle closes, as long as it closes like
Really?
yeah, because I can see a clear handoff right here. I mean, we were selling, and then price immediately turned around. We've got strong delta, which means we've got aggressive buyers coming in. But this setup is too big. It's 25 points. That's a $500 trade right here. So the only way I could enter that is maybe like if price came down way lower, and then plan on buying it like this. That would be an easy setup, similar to this right here. It's a trade, it's a trade idea. So and then you could also keep an eye, like if sellers come in super strong right here, then we now have sellers back in control. But right now I can see that price is pushing down, but delta's staying up. So I think that it looks like a pretty solid buy.
What's the word when you see? I hate that I can't remember the word right now. It's when, so like you see on your actual chart, high highs, low lows, and all that. But on the CVD, if it's doing the opposite,
Divergent?
what's that word? Divergence. For a minute, I thought I was looking at what looked like the smallest possible divergence, like right here in this area, but I don't think it is. It's like slightly.
Well, I mean, we've got a bit of divergence, but what we're really seeing here is price is pushing down and delta is flat.
Yeah.
So that means that what we have is absorption, is what that looks like.
Gotcha. Yeah, It's too close for what it was.
Hey Ken, is that AD?
Oh.
Where are we at? ADSS, Addis?
Hold on, let me put this order in right fast. I'm gonna break even on this. I didn't have enough time to look at it. Okay, so it's I actually got a link for you. Hold on just 1 second.
All right.
Where did I put that at? Somebody just asked for it. Copy. I got my own link with them now. So if you guys decide to sign up with them, let me know and I'll send you my link, because they have a program. I don't know exactly how it works yet. I'm waiting to hear back, but they have a program that is set up for there's the link right here. I put it inside of the voice chat. So they have a program. It's like if you're going to promote it, right, and you get your own link, like a referral type of link or affiliate link. But I was digging around through their back office, and it said that they have like a certain license and program for people like me that would be promoting it. So I'm gonna try to see if I can get a little pool with them, because I've done that with many companies before, where I have been able to get like special deals, like discounts, different things like that. So I'm gonna
people like me. That's funny.
Yeah.
I know what you mean. That you're classified as like not an influencer, but somebody that has a following.
Right. You'd be surprised that, I mean, like I've had brokers, for example, Plexi. they banned everyone in the USA. Like you cannot, unless you use my link, you can't actually get an account with Plexi if you're in the USA. But if you use my link, it took like 2 weeks for them to, hit all the right buttons. But once they hit all the buttons for me, they now I'm whitelisted where, and then like they've got it hooked up to where you have to let me see what this looks like here. Let me see.
And they have a US platform now.
Did they reopen it for USA?
Yeah, it's under a different name. I forget the name of it. They let me keep my original Plexi because I had it for a while, but they have a new one now that they pointed me to. This is a while ago. I'd have to go dig in to find the name of it, but yeah, they opened another one that they were taking US traders from.
I don't see any untested volume down here, so this might just be the spot right here. I'm gonna really start watching this area here to see if we get anything flip over. What, dude? What a clean move today! Look at this, straight up, straight down. Titans have just been easy. If you traded Titans today, all you had to do is sell. All you had to do is buy or sell.
We were talking while you were away that like if you had a big buffer and like say you had a small trade size, you could have just held that using the 1 minute trading like the quantum and TV blast. Just held that thing.
Yeah.
All the way to the volume level.
The thing with the buffer though is technically we all have the same buffer every day, right? For a 50K account, $2,500 daily drawdown.
Not once you pass the buffer. I'm pretty sure it's like.
Yeah, if you're on a PA and your account's at like 60K, like you don't have to worry about that.
You definitely have some room.
I thought that was why somebody was talking about the static one day, because once you get out of the buffer, then you don't have like that daily one. It's just that 650 or whatever it is for the static account.
I've never used the static account before, so I'm not sure. I'm not sure how they work with that.
Gotcha.
But I do know that with the regular accounts, what the whole goal is, you get your evaluation, pass the evaluation, then you have your performance account. That's why I tell people don't worry about like getting the performance account and immediately hitting your safety net and then just stopping there. Like don't go for the safety net and then just start trying to take payouts. Like go ahead and build a buffer, because that's the whole thing. If you ask anybody, oh, what happened to your performance account or what happened to your evaluation account? Oh, I hit the trailing drawdown. That's what everybody says. I hit the trailing drawdown. That's what happened. And so get away from the trailing drawdown. And so when you get your performance account, let's say you got a 50K account, instead of just trying to make $3,000 and pull out a withdrawal, aim for 60,000, grow that account from 50K to 60K. And then that way you have that buffer. You could go pull 5,000 out and you're still good. You're going to be fine.
Yeah.
And you don't have to worry.
So if you're at 60, your trailing drawdown doesn't even like begin until what, 50,000 to 52,400.
Yeah, but
no. Let me make it even easier. When you have a $50,000 performance account and you grow it to 60,000, that account can just never go back to $50,000, or else you lose it at that point, right? So
gotcha.
So obviously you have your safety net, right? You have your safety net, and you can actually withdraw a little bit. I think up to $500 into your
500.
But don't do that because that's why everybody loses their account, is because the trailing threshold. Everybody complains about Apex with the trailing threshold, but there's nothing to complain about if you just build a buffer. You build a buffer and then you can trade the way you want. You can also increase your risk on your trades. The only thing, and then they even get a little bit more relaxed on it when it comes to the consistency rule. It goes from 30% to 50% once I can't remember what the requirement is, after a certain amount of time, like I think it's like 2 or 3 months, in a row that you withdraw, or like your second or third withdrawal, they change it from 50K, I mean from 30K, what am I saying, 30% to 50%. So
we had 6 5-minute extremes, and the most recent one right now is the first one that lost.
Whew.
5-minute extremes in a row won from that fall.
Yeah, that was a nice move. We're definitely cooking right down here. We're gonna start seeing something. There's no more untested volume. This is the last volume level I had as a target. Price came straight to it. Delta has flattened out from here basically. So what we have is price pushing down, and Delta is flat right here. So that's a classic sign of absorption, and so, or exhaustion, but I normally look at it as absorption. So what I'll start looking for now is for us to build a little bit of a range. If we can start building a nice little range right here, maybe do a fake break of the low, and then might end up going right back up. Or if it breaks down below here, what I'll do is I'll start to, I'm gonna wait until it gets down in here. If it gets down in here, then I'll start analyzing some of these areas here to look for volume. Otherwise, I'm not gonna waste my time even looking for it if this area holds up here. Let's see what the charts look like here. We just had another win here with the Titan, at least a partial. Setups are getting smaller, volatility is dropping off a little bit.
I'm done for the day. I'll see you guys tomorrow.
What'd you make?
570.
I didn't make shit today.
No trade?
I didn't get a trade, nothing. I couldn't do shit. I wasn't ever in the position. Every time I left and came back, it was not working out. So I am out this piece.
All right.
Nice job, man.
I'm looking for one more trade at least. I'm going to stay here for a little bit longer. I might be here for, I don't know, another 40 minutes or so because I want to see what happens at 12 o'clock.
Ken, with the trading zones, is it possible to have customizable alerts that give you options to do when a new zone is forming or formed, and so it gives you an alert on that, and then a separate one that for a retest? So, for example, I only want to know when the new zone's forming. I don't necessarily want to know about the retest. So, is there a way to do something like that?
I've already.
And also have it on.
Probably.
So I'm willing to do an alert for, and I'll do that today. In fact, so I did update that. I forgot to tell Matt that I did update the contract sizing. You guys may have gotten an alert on your trading view that there was an update for it. So I did go ahead and make the alert to fix the contract sizing for micros because that was not working yesterday after the update. So I fixed that. And I'll do the alerts today, and I'm just gonna, when a new zone is created, I'm just going to have it send out the alert with the new zone. If risk management is enabled, then it will also send the contract size and the entry and the stop loss and the TP. So if you have the breakout mode enabled, so you're gonna have two different types of alerts. You're gonna have an alert when a new zone is created, just like this, like without the setups, it'll just say, new buy zone or new sell zone created. And then if you have the breakout mode enabled, then it'll say new buy zone, new sell zone, entry, stop loss, take profit, contract size. So I'll add that today. I don't know if I want to do the whole retest of the zone because that complicates things. And in order to do
it does it now. If you set an alert on it now, it alerts you when the zone forms, and it also alerts you when it's retested, and it alerts you every time it's retested. So it's like you could get on a zone in a matter of, if you're on a 1 minute chart, it could leave it and then come back, leave it and come back, and you get an alert every time it comes back and retest it. So that's the way it works right now, which was the reasoning for my request, is like, just because I don't really need to know about the retest because number one, it's already on my chart. Yeah, so
just separate them. I didn't know that I enabled those already. I thought that I had those slashed out. So the alerts that you're getting are already. I didn't know that I thought I had that slashed out. So you just want them separated where you can decide whether you get the retest ones or not, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. I'll straighten that up. I didn't intend to actually have them enabled yet. So.
Oh no, okay. And then the other thing is that are you? I know you're going to work on it. For the actual indicator itself, have it show when the zone is forming. Is that coming shortly too?
Are you sure you're using the most recent?
Yeah. Well, I have because I have all the new features.
All right. It should be showing.
Well, here's the thing. Well, actually, the alerts. Now that you say that, the alerts. To go back to that, I think was on the old version. I don't know if that it was on the new one.
Okay.
So I don't think I've tried to. So yeah. So you might have been right about not setting that up yet. But on the first one, it was doing that. But so is it now showing when it's forming then?
It should show.
Am I just missing it?
It should show as it's forming right now.
Okay.
At least the
Maybe
latest update.
Yeah.
And I'll keep an eye on it here. If we just watch my screen, we should see one here pretty soon set up. And it's the way that it's designed is it should be showing it as it's being created. It is because I've seen I seen it happening earlier because sometimes you'll see it show up and then disappear, right?
No, you're right. It does do. I do see that. So.
All right.
Something else, by the way, that I noticed about this is that if you're going, if you go to trade, you want to talk about.
I was going to say that Delta's making a new low, so we've got some pretty aggressive selling happening right now. Delta's making a new low, as you see here, but price is not. So we've got aggressive selling, but price is failing to break lower, which means we probably have liquidity sitting right below, and we do. You see it here, so you can see that there's. I don't know how much, not yet, but there's liquidity right down here at the bottom. So it's getting to be an interesting place. This might be where we see that push down below, and then it's just my bias is leaning towards being bullish. I need to see a few more things line up here, or like a real nice flush style trade, something like that, and then I'll be looking for buys. And earlier, I told you guys my bias had leaned towards selling. We were talking about that all up in here, and so this has been pretty easy this morning. If we end up with the same type of thing, then bam, we look for buys. So here we go, push them below the low. But go ahead, you can keep saying what you're saying.
Oh, I was going to say that one of the things that I noticed it's interesting about the trading zones is that I feel like the trades that are most successful with those are the ones that happen on the first 1 minute bar after it forms. If you're on a 1 minute chart, the first bar after it forms. So you get the bar that forms it, and then the next bar, if it breaks it, those, for whatever reason, tend to be the ones that are most successful, at least from what I've observed, versus if it stays in the zone for 3, 4, 5 bars and then it breaks the zone.
Right.
It just seems it's interesting to me. It's more. It happens often enough that it's noticeable. Let's just put it that way. So it's interesting.
So all right. I was doing two things. So I want to make sure I fully understand what you said. So you said that when the zone is created, if on the next bar, go ahead and start from there.
That's those tend to be the trades that do the best. If you're taking a break of the zone, that very first bar after it forms, usually those are the ones that tend to do really well. Versus if it stays like confined in the zone for 3, 4, 5, 6 bars or something like that, and then it breaks it. Those tend to not be as successful. And it just stands. If you go back and look over just a day or two of it, you'll see like that very first bar that breaks. Like those are the ones that typically, if it's going to go to TP, those are the ones that more often than not are the ones that go. So
the instant breakout ones.
Yeah, exactly.
And I'm telling you, when I saw that for the first time, because I'm telling you, this was not designed to be zones. I was not gonna do zones. I was just gonna have a little dot above and below each of those candles to identify potential absorption, right? And so, that's and I just wanted to have an easy way to like be able to look at price and say, okay, I could see that absorption happened there. Let me watch what happens when price comes back to it. And then I started messing around and ended up.
I'm glad you did.
I know. I was like, whoa. As soon as I made it a zone, I was like, okay, game changer. And I instantly released that. I instantly went in chat and I was like, I can already tell that we're gonna need to get eyes on this.
Yeah, it's it's interesting because I use it two ways. One is I'll trade from it, but also I'll use it with Titans as like if a Titan is trading into a zone where the TP is like in the zone or on the other side of it, I will probably avoid just not take the trade and wait for the next one. So I do it like that too. And the other thing too, and if you look at like MNQ today, like obviously it's a great day, but if you combine it with quantum as well, that also tends to be a good combination too. So if quantum's like red below the EMA, and then you get a selling zone, those tend to be really great too. So yeah, it's no, it's cool, man. That's all. I'm sticking to now is Titan and zones. That's it.
Yeah. Man, I missed a trade, by the way. I would have been all right buying this right here after that push down. I wasn't looking at the chart. I was setting something up, and that was an instant 25 points right there. It'd been a $500 trade.
Damn, I thought about it.
Yeah, but either
That
way,
looks good.
the stop would have been almost equal. It would have been kind of 500 for
Just
500.
caught some of that one. Some of this candle right now. I just caught some of it.
Nice. Yeah, I had to wait for another one. That's unfortunate. I've literally been waiting for this to break out for so long, and then I was just setting something up on my other chart and didn't notice that it was happening.
I hate when that happens.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you have any other volume area that's even further down, Ken, or no?
Let me see. I don't think I marked any other ones up.
Okay. Okay.
Oh my god, I just missed an opportunity for a retest too.
There's a volume area that from the ones you get from CME at 24.5. That's the next one.
Mm-hmm.
20, but just a little. Oh, really?
That's 200 points away. So, if I was to find another volume area, it would be.
And we.
I've already
Like 600 area, maybe.
We opened at 610 about.
I mean,
Well, it seems like we could be headed back there. Eventually, maybe.
There's a little bit of untested volume right here. That's it. That's the only other one that I see. I'm really kind of hoping that we hold up. Yeah.
Market.
I could go analyze. Let me just see here. I'll just put a line here so I know where I'm at. Oh yeah, there's definitely going to be. Just put this all the way there. There. That way, I know it's totally untested. I think we're getting a Titan signal right now too. Oh no, it didn't set up in time. It was very, very close. So let's see. Got an interesting little spot down here at the very low, and it's a clear imbalance. Kind of double stacked right here. short here. Yeah, so there's some more zones right there. If we end up down there, then yeah, we've got, all these little areas. And just remember what I said. I like to use these as targets. That's the goal, is to really use them as targets, because price is going to go there. I mean, it's especially like because how you would kind of anticipate them, the way that I find volume areas is volume was created there, and it was untested later, right? So it's basically untested. So it tends to act like a magnet towards it.
Yeah, because right now we're like hovering above and under this one volume area that you have marked.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. We'll see what it does. Let me check the profile here. So yeah, we're way down here. This is all the volume right there. You can see we're kind of at this last little volume bit here. It's a little double distribution style, imbalanced profile. I had all the volume up here, all the volume down here, so makes it where it's not as clear. We're gonna have to wait a little while until price levels out. Got a Titan signals selling right here right now, but I'm leaning towards buying, so fine signal if you take it, but I'm gonna hold off. It hit TP1. See, what I'd like to see is some volume zones being created here. That lets me know that we've got, some anomalies in volume. And then when we see delta switch over, we'll look for stuff. But look, we're getting a nice good push right here, above average. Let's see what it does next.
So you had a selling signal?
What did you say?
Oh, so you said you had a selling Titan signal? I was say I don't have one.
Yeah, let me check. On NASDAQ on the 1 minute, we had a signal come in a few minutes ago. It triggered at 9:31. I don't know if this is. Let me see. That's my time.
Gotcha.
So
Yeah.
yeah, and then it pulled back a little bit, and then it just went down and hit TP. All right, we broke the low. Broke the low, had a pretty weak close on that candle. Actually had a bullish delta inside of that candle, so it switched from sellers to buyers all in the same candle there. Doesn't look good for the type of flush I like, so I'll hold off on it. But normally what I would do is I'd look for a buy and I'd just set it just like this. If price closed up here, if it closed like up in this area, it would have to close up here, and I'd look to buy it, and I'd just put the stop right below here. But because it didn't fully flush on this one here, I'm not gonna do it. I'm gonna hold off. Being patient pays. I don't want to get my profits back. I made that real good $1,000 trade, so I am got no problem being patient right now. You know that story of your life where you say oh, if I would have held, man, this morning, if I would have held, this was $1,000 trade with one contract right here, and I had a TP set, so obviously I was taken out, but whew, and this is all funded accounts. So man, if I would have held, then man, that would have been a big payday. I could have probably trailed it till it broke the high of this candle, because each of these candles just kept going like this, making lower highs. So if I would have just moved my stop above the high of each one, it'd have been pretty easy to trail. But I chickened out. So y'all see the divergence though that's happening, right? Look, price is pushing down, delta's starting to push up. There was a low here, then a lower low there. Price failed to delta failed to make a lower low. So what we have is we've got buyers stepping in right now. Buyers are stepping in and absorbing any selling that's happening. Doesn't mean it doesn't mean that it's automatically gonna go up, but it's a great sign to look for. If you're speculating on a chart and you're trying to find a good place to trade and create a bias, order flow and watching the delta will let you know where and when buyers are coming in. So again, it's always a battle, right? Right now, buyers are stepping in, holding the price up. At any point, they could become exhausted, right? But these are the areas you want to focus on, and this is the pressure that I'm talking about. You should feel it. You should start feeling the pressure as you do this more and more. You should feel the pressure building up, where you're like, you should start having that feeling like, oh, this thing is about to pop anytime now. And then if you have good mechanical rules, then you just stick to your rules. You take your trade. We win trades and we lose trades, but if you do it that way, you should increase your win rate a lot by observing and being a little more patient instead of just reacting to price constantly. So look at this candle right here is pushing down like it is. It's pushing down, but let me zoom into it. Well, it did have bullish delta inside of there as it was pushing down. So if you zoom in, you can actually see where the buyers and where the sellers are inside of this candle. So they're battling it out right now. I'm gonna try and get this DX feed live. I want to show you guys where we can see the clear liquidity. Now it works. Okay, same deal. See, we're making lower lows on the chart, but delta's actually moving up. I can't wait to see. Man, I hope they make it so obvious.
I feel like it's starting to be.
Yeah, and then what we can do is the easiest way is we will just go ahead and draw a profile from here over to there, and we've got, we can see where all the volume is inside of here. So we got, where's the POC? I can't see that right now. Oh, okay, there it is. Yeah, it's right here. Need to put a label on that. But I'm not even gonna mess with that until we actually get a clear turnaround. It's being evasive. It's being tricky on right now. I could just tell by the price action. I've watched this and done this long enough to where, like they're being tricky with this. They're not showing their hand in a super clear way. The delta is making it very clear. I can see the buying pressure starting to build up, but I like to see a clean, clear change of hands, and preferably trapped traders. So, you can start thinking like, all right, where are retail traders positioned right now? Like, what are they looking at? What is everyone else looking at? Well, most likely what all retail traders are doing, which is all of us, is they've measured this move up, right, with Fibonacci, right? They've looked at it and they're like, okay, here we are. We're at 76.4, all right? They're watching this low right here. I would assume that we've got a mix of traders, some that are late that are still trying to sell right now, and then you've got pullback type of traders that are starting to get long. So you've got a mix of traders that are taking place right here. Now, remember that if they want to buy, if the big guys want to buy, they need a lot of people, they need a lot of sell orders, right? So what better way than to build a range here, push price higher, like maybe above this high or above this high, to get, or pushing it lower to get people to buy, right? You've got people that are willing to buy down here, and you've got people that are willing to buy here. And so trigger all the buyers and then smash it down to trigger their sales. That's where they'll be buying, right? So they're going to be hitting sales right here. They'll be buying right here, and then bam, then take it up. So that would be the perfect picture. We just have to be patient enough to wait for it.
So sneaky.
So sneaky. But it's just trading, it really is. It's just supply and demand, really. Okay. Now let me pay the money. I'm still trying to get this thing signed up. I've been trying to buy data for the last hour.
Okay, an hour later, yeah. It's funny.
30. Okay, I got the data. Let's see here. Yeah. Let's see. Okay, now we're starting to get these volume areas setting up down here too, so that's perfect. Now we have volume anomalies. We're probably watching the right place, and maybe we set it up kind of like this. What would be perfect if we actually wanted to see a move all the way back up into this area, like up into this area, bare minimum? What would be perfect would be a break above to trap buyers, slam it down to trigger, just like they did before, trigger stops down here, and then go up just like that right there. That would be like perfect for me, right? That's what I would like to see. Doesn't mean that's what's going to happen, but that's what I'd like to see. Now, remember, all of this is just to create a bias. We have our signals right here. So we're going to get, just like we created a bias here, and we said, all right, we're going to start selling. We had to wait and wait and wait and wait and wait.
Very, very strict. She's going on Pastor Jeanette C. Holmes there in Jacksonville, Florida. And just very strict.
Oh, I kicked the wrong person. Hey, your mic's on.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's all right. I kicked Sheldon out. Sheldon, my bad. I thought that was your mic on, and yeah, kicked you right on out of here.
And you're gone.
Anyway, so yeah,
hey, sorry about that, guys.
That's all right. We got the bias to go short here, and then bam, tighten, and that's going to give us our entry, stop loss, and take profit all the way down. And just like we had a bias for buying, all of these green candles were tightened, so you could tell that we had a winner here, we had a winner there, we had a winner there. We had winners up here as well, but this is, I mean, you're late. I wouldn't be buying these up here. That's way too late. It's great that they still win, but I'm not interested in doing that. We'll see if this is the actual range, though. I'm only looking at it this way because I can see a little fake break right here, just really super clear. This is where I would have bought earlier. We have buyers in this area. Okay. I think I've officially got my data. Oh, all right. Pushing down. Delta's in line. Sellers are coming in. DXV. All right, let's see. It would be risky to buy right now, but a close above 670 would be all right if it does it on this candle. How much time do we have in this candle anyways? 5 seconds.
I don't know. I see why. Okay. Makes sense.
Yeah, I'm gonna hold off on it. I wanna see a real clear flush. See, like this right here, if this candle would have been making the low, right? So this one would have made the low right here, and then this one didn't go any lower, and then just immediately turned and closed above it. That this candle didn't close above 670 anyway, so it doesn't matter. But that's the type of setup that I'm looking for. Strong, hard push down, and then a bullish candle. And now if it breaks out of here and just keeps going down, then that's when we'll start using those other zones that we talked about. So we've got opportunities either which way. I've kind of married my bullish bias right now. I hate it when that happens, huh? You're just like, nope, only selling, only buying, forget anything and everything, not paying attention to anything else.
Yeah.
See, this don't look too bad though. This Titan signal right here, we're at the bottom of the range. Nice little fake. Only thing we're missing right now is positive delta. Yeah, just wait till I get this data on the screen here. You guys are going to see it's going to be full market depth. Days, use limit order book, levels count. I don't even know what that means. Connecting. Hey. All right, so I've got DX feed now. Reconnect. Okay, so now I should be able to see a whole lot more data. So to figure out how to set it up. Okay. Says I have active orders. I don't know what it's talking about. Nice little dip right out of there. I think we've nailed the zone right here, so we'll get it here pretty soon. Oh yeah, that's right. And Trump.
Do you not have the zones on?
There is a meeting for Trump. Yeah, I got zones on. It's just we haven't haven't created any in a little bit. Yeah, Trump is supposed to be.
Mine's created one. That's what I was wondering.
What time frame and what symbol?
Mine's created one.
What symbol and what time frame are you on?
It's probably because I'm on MNQ.
Okay, that's probably what it is.
Yeah, I'm on 1 minute. Yeah, MNQ. That's probably why.
Yeah, so we got this little Trump thing about to happen. He's not talking yet, so I ain't worried about it. But man, wouldn't it be nice if he said something positive and this thing just started to fly up? We still have not yet done this part right here, so you guys just keep being patient. If you'll hold off, the setup will show itself. You just need to wait a little bit. I would look for buys down here, just like before, right? When price dips down into these areas, you could be looking for buys here if you're just really itching to trade. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to wait for a real clear. I'm looking for one specific thing right now. In terms of price action, I want to see one candle come straight down like this, make a low, strong, aggressive selling, and then the next candle, and it should close like close to its low. Next candle open and immediately move up. Just simple 1, 2. If I can find that happen down here, especially if it's at like a new low, then I'll be happy with that. But that's what I'm looking for right now. It is definitely cooking down here though.
But that candle that first shoots down, that has to create a lower low, right?
That's what
Is that what you're saying?
That's what I would like, because that way it appears to be more of a liquidity grab, right? And we actually see sellers getting trapped. You think about where breakout traders are positioning, you know, like they're getting trapped right now in here. Sellers are getting trapped. They sold, right? That's why it keeps breaking the low. They're triggering sellers in here for sure. At some point they're gonna puke, you know, and when they do, that will add fuel for price to move up. Hopefully we're in a trade when that happens. So, you know, that's how that's going to work. I just, you know, I don't know. I can't predict exactly what it's going to look like. I already scooped a buy down here and traded right back up to there. I made a $500 trade off of that just a little bit ago. That last time it dipped down, but I'm looking at, like, for us to hold on to one that goes way up here, we're gonna need that clear change of hands. It'll be obvious when it happens. It will be obvious. Yeah, I got mine just right here. Real quick trade. Bought it there, stopped right there, took profit right here. And then with the volatility, it's easy money today. I mean, there's a $500 trade just right there. Okay.
It's hard for us to tell when you're getting in a trade. I don't know when you're getting in a trade. Like I just don't know.
Yeah, and that's because a lot of times I'm not saying I'm gonna take a trade right now. I'm normally like, I didn't say anything about that trade, and I don't want to be a signal caller. By the way, you know, that's why I've got what I'm doing is speculating on the market and identifying this was a buy area, right? And that's what we were talking about, is we want to see price breaking below here, failing to be going lower, and then, I mean, you know, and then look for a trade like that. But I'm intentionally not saying buy now, sell now, buy now, sell now, because of two reasons. I don't want people to relying directly on me to say buy and sell, because then that's my job. And I also don't like the pressure of calling signals. I actually have fun speculating on the market and trading and trying to help people to have perspective on the market like I do. If I start saying buy here, sell here, now it's your money, it's my money. It puts more pressure on me, and then it doesn't make it as fun for me. So that's why I don't say I'm buying. And there are times when I will do that, but that is if it's like something that we had plenty of time. Like if I see a setup right here and I say, wow, this is super clear, and we have enough time to say, all right, you know, we're going to sell here, we're going to be doing that right there, and we're going to take like this. If I draw it on my chart like this and we have enough time to think about it and watch it and wait for it, then yeah, I'll share that type of signal. But when I'm like in here and I'm flipping back and forth between charts and I'm analyzing order flow, a lot of times I'm not gonna call it out directly. I'll just tell you I'm looking for buys or I'm looking for sales in that area. And then if I can help you create a bias, if I say we're looking for buys and you see a Titan signal pop up, boom, that's going to give you entry, stop loss. It's going to give you TP. It's going to give you all of those parameters. Okay, so you see, you guys can see a huge difference now. So you see the DOM now, and I'm still getting things set up right now, but Now you can see here's current price. I've got an unlimited depth of market. I can see all the orders everywhere. So I'm about to go crazy with that. We're almost, so look, this is, and Vicky, this is what I'm talking about. So this is what I drew a long time ago. I said what I'd like to see is price come up here, break the high, and then come back in here. I'll start looking for sales at this point. So remember, everyone it's going to be a little bit different. Your trade plan, your risk is going to be a little bit different than mine. So with my buffer, I could take a 25 point swing on one contract, right? That's a $500 trade. I can do that on mine. If you can't, if we're looking for a sell up here and we see price come up and start turning around and start pushing back down into here, then you'll have to identify, and it's up to you to be aware of, okay, how much can I afford here? Can I run a 10-point stop? Can I run a 25-point stop? Know how much 10 points is worth on NASDAQ. Know how much 25 points is worth. That way you'll know on the fly, okay, I can take this trade or I shouldn't take this trade because the risk is going to be too big. I was hoping we'd get a full break out of the range. So that hasn't happened yet. So we'll keep waiting. But this is where I'm looking for sales. And I'm looking for buys down here. Our range is holding up pretty good. So I think that we've nailed the spot here. And at this point, I'll be looking for that pattern that I talked about. And it could be happening here. Let's see. I'm waiting to break the lows. We've got big volume. Got big volume. This is where I would now start looking for buys, but I'm looking for a clean turnaround. So I'm looking for a pattern like this. And what you should be thinking right away is I need to be, nope, it can't do it. It broke the low. So what we would have looked for is the bearish candle here, bullish candle closing next to that. And I would have analyzed the inside of this to see where all the volume is. So now I can move to this candle and do the same thing on it. And I will. So just hold tight. We'll see what it's looking like. This is what I'm looking at, by the way. So we've got price moved up, price pushed down. I can just get rid of this. I was using that as an example earlier. And now look at what happened all throughout this area here. Price was flat. I mean, price was kind of moving down, but delta was flat. Now we're getting a big surge of aggressive selling, right? There's aggressive selling happening right here, right now. What I like is for price to not make a low lower than that, which it did. It made a low lower than that. So this is kind of the area I'd be looking for price to close above. But this has now made a new low, so that kind of messes my flush up. This is no longer A+. So we just keep waiting.
It would have been a hell of a Titan signal from the top.
Yeah. If you're selling, you're making money, but I've already married the bullish side, so I can't do it now. I had to turn my charts upside down, and then I could start selling. But we are coming down to this area right here too. So you see where delta was before. We're almost there, and we're almost there. You see, boom, 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 boom. A little bit of a little wick inside of there. We want to see clean change of hands. So this is where you start needing to pay attention. Like, could I even take this trade, right? Like, if you wanted to buy, you'd be buying at the close of this candle. Maybe that's in this area here. That's at 634. Now, that means that you're going to have a 34-point stop. So that means that's a six, it's a very expensive trade. You'd either have to take something like this on MNQ, or you'd have to just skip the trade altogether. Because see, if I took it just like this, that's a $700 trade if I let price pull back down to here. If I let price come back down to here and then tried to enter it that way, then it would still be a $700 trade. If you just tried to enter it right where it is now, then it would be even more expensive. So good flush, but might be too expensive to even consider getting in. Now this might set up a tighten, right? It could potentially set up a tighten, and that would give you a little bit lower risk. It's trying to. We got 15 seconds left. Delta's still pushing down though. We've still got some pretty aggressive selling happening here, so I don't know. We'll see what happens when this candle closes. We got 5 seconds left, and it's gonna put a tighten on the chart. What I'd really like to see is buyers stepping in right now. That would be perfect. Buyers stepping in, then you've got your TP and all that stuff lined up. So this would be like prime trading spot right here. If you were going to take a tighten signal, this would be a prime time to do it.
Thank you. That's clear.
Yeah.
I just don't have access to my charts.
What are you at work right now?
Out and about, doing my other business, but yeah.
Busy. Yeah, if it ends up going down lower, then I don't know. I don't know what we'll do, but we did get one trade right here. We had a winner off of the trading zones right there. Pretty quick one. This is what Darren was talking about, having the alerts for this, so that way when these zones are created, bam, you can instantly hop into them. The Titan didn't set up in time.
Yeah, that zone one was a good one.
Yeah, it was. I didn't see it though. I would have considered taking that too, just because it was down here at the low. I mean, you couldn't really get too much better location for it. I don't know why I'm still not seeing the depth that I expected to see on this liquidity map thing. Called DOM levels. Yeah, if it does end up going lower, I may just call it a day. I got my couple trades in. I just don't feel like waiting longer. If it goes lower, then that means that at this point, and then we're gonna have to wait for price to come down into here. And then if it keeps going all the way down to here, that's just way too long for me to wait. I've already been on here for almost 3 hours, so we got $1,500 in total profits. Come on. Platform's frozen right now.
Hey Ken,
What's up?
the trading zone that you sent out on Trading View and the ones like you have with the numbers on it telling you what it'll be, I can't get that one. I got the I tried to do it last night, so I'm on my computer now. Let me see if I could get that one, this one here that you have. But the numbers on tell you what how much it be. Let me see if I could get that one now because I couldn't get it on my chart.
You talking about the dollar
New,
amount?
yes,
Okay.
yes.
All right. Yeah, let me know when you're there and I'll show you what to do and how to set that up.
Because I tried to get that one. I'm like, I want that one.
Yeah, it's the same indicator. You just have to turn on your risk management.
Okay. Now, how do I turn that on?
So basically, if you've added the Titan to your
Yes.
stuff, and now what you'll
Yes.
do is you will double click it, go in,
Okay.
and you need to choose your risk amount. So however much you want to risk, just put that in there. So
Yes.
whatever, 250 or 500 or whatever, put that in there,
Uh-huh.
and then let me make sure everything else is on there. Yep. Yep. Risk
Oh,
amount.
max amount. Okay.
Yep. And then now you should see it on your labels. It'll tell you, the contract size at the entry, and then it'll tell you the dollar amount that you're risking right there as well.
Let's see. On the input. Okay. So we got look back 20, filter small. So do I need to have body size at a different, because I got a 0.4 now. That's okay?
Are you on the Titan?
Yes. No, I'm on the trading zone. I'm talking, it had to be on the Titan. I'm on the trading zone.
Yeah. So what you're looking at over here is the Titan on the left side. On the right
Uh-huh.
side is the trading zones.
Yes, that's the one I want with you got the numbers on it. I don't have those. I
Okay,
seen that.
so
Yes,
yeah.
that number.
All
Yes.
right. So then what you need to do is just go in and all you have to do, the only thing you have to do is click enable breakout mode right here.
Enable. Okay, let me find that enable breakout mode. Okay, yes, I got that.
Okay, so enable breakout mode, and then
Okay.
choose your type enable risk sizing right here. So enable these
Okay.
two right down here at the bottom. Enable breakout mode,
Okay.
enable risk sizing, and then
Okay.
to decide how much you want to risk per trade,
Yeah.
and then press
Okay.
OK, and you'll see it on here. And that's what that's doing, is it's telling you here's the entry.
Yes.
It's hiding behind the counter right now, but here's the
Yeah.
entry and the contract size. This is your stop loss, your TP, and this is how much
Yes.
the stop loss or TP will be if it's hit.
Okay.
And I did not include fees. I'm gonna build that out later since this is a newer update.
Okay.
I'll add fees and things like that in there after a while, but that should give you kind of a rough gauge, of
Yeah.
your risk. So
Okay. All right. Thank you. It came up.
yeah,
Thank you.
yeah, you're welcome. Okay, so we're still down here. Still, see, this right here don't look like a bad buy if this thing turns around and just pushes right straight up.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
And I want to tell you, Ken, I made over 600 today. So I'm still on my evaluation, but I'm doing a little bit at a time. So I'm like another $1,007, then I should make it.
Oh, nice. Very good.
Nice.
Very, very good day.
Yes, I would have had more, but I got in a little bit too early and it got a big amount, but I got that one back.
Yeah. I'm still trying to set this up. As soon as I get this set up, I'm going to show you guys. I'm so excited to have this chart set up, but I'm having some technical issues right now. Let me see now if it'll work. am I looking
I was waiting to see this price take off.
at? I know. We got the Titan
Looking
signal.
pretty delicious.
We got the Titan signal.
I need me a coffee. Oh.
He's pushing. All right. And we got one TP. So there you go. Vicky, did you get it? I think she's busy.
Doing them on the phone is so frustrating.
Oh, I know what happened there. So upward targets, I'd say the best target we have is I'm trying to get it drawn up. Guess I gotta zoom in. So I should say not our best, but our first target is gonna be right up at that same area we were talking about earlier, which is 670. It's where all the volume was from the last time. So if price breaks out from here, probably gonna run straight for that 670 area. All in a flash. And then from there, the next clear area. I'm checking now. Don't really have any untested zones. Clear all the way up to 800 basically, but I don't know. Delta's pushing up, but this thing's having trouble lifting. And I'm getting bored. I could just see like a stack of buy limits just popping in here. It'd be really cool. It's like a whole stack of them. Hundreds. You see though how we're starting to get these zones down here. I had said that's what I wanted to see was when we start getting these zones down here, we have volume anomalies. Essentially, we have absorption. We have something that has to do with volume. So something's going to happen. Something's going to happen. It's either going to break out and keep going lower, or it's turn around and start going up. We should be at the right area. Okay, now I did it. We're inching towards the low. Yeah, we just made a new low. So let's see. Delta was up. The Delta was up. Titan won, but Delta was up, and then hard aggressive sellers just stepped in. So let's see what it does here. Takes us right back down into this last little zone that I had drawn up. I'll probably be. I might watch just to see how it reacts. Then I'm gonna hop off here because I'm done. I was waiting too long for that. What I wanted to see was we had the range here, which is good, right? Boom, ish, right? And now what I'm looking for is to see if this flushes or not. And so far it's not. We've got 20 seconds left. Yeah, it could be a buy, kind of a low risk buy from right down there. It definitely flushed. Long wick. I like these to close a little lower, but looking at the volume, it did close like right around its POC, and the next counter turned around, closed up above there. Not bad. Let's see where.
Hello. Okay. Is this kind of what that pattern that you were looking for a little earlier, where you said if that candle that creates the low, and then like that next one just kind of
exactly, yeah. Yep, that's exactly what you're looking for. Those are almost always good for like a solid 1-to-1 trade, 1-to-2. It would have looked like this right here. This candle would have closed, stop right down below there. Again,
gotcha.
1-to-1 or 1-to-2, and it did everything perfectly. But that's why earlier Victoria was asking about the trades and calling them out or being real clear. It's these come down to the second. A lot of times, so you got to know, you got to be looking and watching, and then it's just you just got to be ready to just go in. And then also see, this is a 25-point setup. So this is a $500 trade right here. But it was definitely looking like a fake break. I mean, you see how it broke out and immediately returned to the zone, to the range.
Yeah, immediately.
So hopefully, you could be looking for longs at this point. As long as it doesn't go below here, then we're bullish.
That new low. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Found value, broke it down, did the same thing right here. There is a pretty extreme low right here. I mean, if you see where we are, that's the only thing that I think could be dragging it down further is maybe liquidity down here. But I've been trying all morning long to get my data set up where I could just look down below there and see if there's a lot of orders. But I've yet to get it completely set up. And I finally did. I got it set up, but I'm not seeing depth like I expected. So I'm trying to figure that out. I'm trying to figure out why it's doing that. But we've got pretty aggressive buying right now too on Delta if you look at it. Okay, well I'm gonna hop off. You guys, we're down here. Left you with some ideas. Good day overall, right? I know we've already gotten most of our trading done. Like we're over here trying to trade this, but we were able to be part of this entire move up and this entire move down. So overall, great. great trading day yesterday, beautiful trading day today, same. So what is today? It's Wednesday, right? Trump's gonna be talking. So yeah, we'll be back tomorrow, Thursday, same time, 9:30 Eastern Standard Time. I'll catch you guys in the morning. I'll talk to you then.
All right, take care and enjoy the day.
All right. Talk to y'all later.